Welcome, this is Birendra Kumar Jha and you are watching Khabar Tah Tak. In the sequence of stories of superhit films shown on Khabar Tah Tak, the new link of story that I bring to you today is the story of film No Entry. This film was released on silver screen in 2005 and was the most grossing film of that year so far as indigenous and abroad business is concerned. This film was directed by Aziz, and the lead role in this film were played by Salman Khan, Anil Kapoor, and Fardeen Khan. This film did not include any regular villain or it being a film full of comedy. Lara Dutta, Esha Deol, and Bipasa Basu, etc., played character role in this film. This film included many a beautiful dance scene and melodious song as well. Salim Suleiman was the music director of this film, and Sunidhi Chauhan, Alisa Chinay, Alka Agnik, Kumar Sanu, and Udit Narayan voiced over in the song of this film. The song is the gully beach no entry. Is the gully beach no entry was well welcomed by the audience that year. Now listen to the entire story of film No Entry. The story of the film No Entry begins with a newspaper owner Kishan Singhania, played by Anil Kapoor, hurriedly getting ready for office. As he takes his bag and leaves, his wife Kajal Singhania, played by Lara Datta, asks Kishan where he is going. Thereupon Kishan replies, "You always doubt me, but I am not like that. I am going to the office right now and I am in a hurry." Kajal insists that Kishan eat breakfast before leaving and forces him to eat. After Kishan leaves, she sees her maid dressed provocatively and suspects her of trying to seduce her husband and tells her to dress decently. Having forgotten to pick up a file on his way to the office, Kishan returns home and asks the maid about his wife Kajal. The maid tells him that Madam has just gone to take a bath and will take an hour. Kajal overhears this conversation and begins to suspect that her husband is having an affair with the maid while she baths. She quickly leaves the bathroom and, finding her husband missing, asks the maid if Kishan had visited. The maid replies that he did come but left immediately. Suspicious, she pays her the rest of the month's salary and insists she stop working. At first, the maid pleads with her not to quit, but when Kajal refuses, she says, "I am worked in many homes and everywhere there are masters, but no mistress suspects me like you do. If you continue like this, you will lose your husband one day." A man named Shekhar Saxena, played by Fardeen Khan, works at Kishan's newspaper. One day he receives a news item for publication in the newspaper. Kishan, upon seeing it, remarks that it is impossible to write such stories about a minister having affairs with women without any basis. The reporter informs him that Shekhar will soon bring proof. Meanwhile, Shekhar secretly takes a photo of the minister having fun with several women and gives it to Kishan, the newspaper owner, telling Kishan that publishing such stories will greatly increase his newspaper's sale. Kishan retorts, "In a few days, you won't find such photos because people will either become aware or reform." Shekhar replies, "Everyone man may reform, but your friend Prem Khanna, played by Salman Khan, won't reform, and our newspaper will continue to receive the masala." Prem's wife Pooja Khanna, played by Isha Deol, loves her husband immensely and trusts him completely. But her husband Prem continues to have affairs with many other women. To prevent his wife from seeing him and suspecting him, he first makes sure his wife Pooja is doing what while he is out flirting with these girls. One day, while Prem is flirting with several girls, Shekhar arrives with Kishan, the newspaper owner, and quickly takes several pictures of Prem flirting with the girls. When Prem asks Shekhar for the pictures, Shekhar says he will give them to his wife. Prem then summons a police officer and explains that photography is prohibited in this area. But Shekhar took the pictures here, and if any accident occurs, they will be held responsible. The police then ask Kishan and Shekhar to come with them. Shekhar tells them that his camera has no reel and he hasn't taken any pictures. The police then release him. Seeing a picture of the minister parting in the newspaper, his wife beats him with the same newspaper, threatening that if he reports such a thing, she will kill him and become a widow herself. One day, Shekhar goes to a hotel and finds a love letter written by someone. He reads it, folds it, and throws it aside. It falls on the table of Sanjana Saxena, played by Selina Jetli, who is having fun with her friends. Sanjana's friend reads it and finds that it says that his girlfriend has committed suicide, and in such a case, he will commit suicide and go to her. Hearing this, Sanjana comes to Shekhar to dissuade him from doing so, but finds that Shekhar has left. The person accompanying Shekhar tells her that he has gone to the suicide point. Sanjana's anxiety increases and she goes to the suicide point with her friend. Shekhar reads the imitates and lines written there, which Sanjana believes is about to commit suicide. Sanjana and her friend are trying to convince Shekhar not to do so when suddenly Shekhar slips from the place and starts struggling to climb up by holding on to a rock below. Seeing this, Sanjana and her friend take off their underwear, make a rope out of it, and throw it towards Shekhar. Shekhar climbs up and seeing Sanjana and her friends half naked leaves. Seeing this, Sanjana tells her friend that they should go and inform his parents so that they can console him. One day, Kishan takes his wife Kajal to a fair. They meet a fortune teller. Kajal insists they go and ask him for their fortunes. Kishan refuses, calling it a shame. Kajal then forces him to go. The man, using a parrot's instruction, picks up a card and tells Kishan his fortune, revealing that Kishan has two wives and a child from his second wife. Hearing this, Kishan's wife Kajal becomes furious and, despite Kishan's repeated explanation, begins to doubt him. Prem arrives with his wife Pooja, who also asks him to tell her fortune. The man describes Prem as a man of great character. Hearing this, Kajal, believing the man's word to be true, runs away in anger. Pooja persuades him and takes everyone home. Kajal then asks Prem to explain things to her friend, her husband. Prem, promising to explain things to Kishan, takes Kishan out with him. Prem brings Kishan to a brothel. Here, Bobby, played by Bipasa Basu, performs an item dance. Prem has a good time with her and introduces her to Kishan. When Kishan greets her with folded hands, both Prem and Bobby taunts him, saying, "This brothel isn't a temple." Bobby then pulls away from Kishan's embrace, feeling even more uncomfortable. Kishan quickly frees himself from her embrace and returns home. His wife Kajal smells perfume on his body and questions him about it. Kishan lies, saying Prem took her to a friend who sells perfume. He applied it to him despite his refusal. Kajal praises the perfume and suggests applying it to his daily. Kishan, not seeing Pooja there, asks where she is. Kajal tells him she has gone home. Hearing this, Kishan is overjoyed, thinking Prem will definitely be caught this day. Prem, knowing that Pooja is not at home but at Kishan's home, has a great time with Bobby. He then bets her that if she catches Kishan, he will give him rupees 2 lakh. Bobby accepts and Prem returns home. When Prem returns home drunk, he finds his wife Pooja at home. Pooja asks him why he is drunk. He lies, saying from his office told him that drinking increases a wife's love, so he drank to taste it. Pooja falls for Prem's trick and tells him he is her true lover. To win rupees 2 lakh bet with Prem, Bobby arrives at Kishan's office as told by Prem and takes him out for an outing, promising him that staying with her will bring him nothing but happiness. I won't pick up your pocket like your wife. While Kishan and Bobby are roaming around a mall, his wife Kajal enters the mall with Prem's wife Pooja. As soon as Kishan sees Kajal, he leaves Bobby and hides. Meanwhile, Kajal catches a glimpse of him and alarm being searching for Kishan throughout the mall while Kishan continues to hide. Seeing this, Pooja tells Kajal that she is always unnecessarily suspicious of her husband. But Kajal simply refuses to believe her. Meanwhile, Kishan quickly calls Shekhar and asks him to divert the office call to his phone. As soon as Shekhar diverts the office call to Kishan, he receives a call from Kajal. Kishan asks Kishan where he is right now. Instead of answering directly, Kishan asks him where he called. Kajal replies that she called the office, to which he replies, so I am in the office too. Pooja returns Kajal saying, your suspicion is wrong. Now let's go home. Kajal then returns home with Pooja and sees Kishan's car in the parking lot. Seeing Kishan's car there, Kajal becomes suspicious of Kishan again and calls his office number, which is diverted to Kishan. Kajal questions Kishan about his car's whereabouts. Kishan reveals that he sent the car to pick her and Pooja up. Kajal asks, how do you know I am with Pooja? Kishan asks, have you ever gone to the market alone? You always take Pooja with you. He then calls the driver and tells him to quickly pick up Kajal and Pooja and bring them home. After Kajal leaves, Kishan tells Bobby, we are in a real mess here. My wife came here and it is good thing she didn't see me with you. So we won't see each other again. Although Kajal failed to catch Kishan with Bobby at the mall, she continues to suspect him. One day, when she arrives at Kishan's office, she sees Kishan giving money to a woman and her child, saying, taking this money, no one will know. As soon as that man, woman, and child leave, Kajal enters Kishan's cabin and begins abusing him. Kishan then takes her to the woman's house and through her window shows her a man with a leg amputated painting. Showing him to Pooja, Kishan tells her this is Ramlal, who was once an editor at our newspaper. But since he lost his leg in an accident, he can no longer work at the newspaper. He earns a small living by painting at home. Because of his self-respect, he even refused my monthly offer of free money from the office. When his family's circumstances deteriorated, I explained everything to his wife and gave her the money which you saw. Seeing this, Kajal tells Kishan that he unnecessarily suspects him. When Kajal learns from Kishan that Shekhar does not have a home to live in, she offers him her guest house. She tells Shekhar that there are a lot of rats here, so he should make some arrangements to kill them and live comfortably there. Seeing Shekhar buying rat poison and rope, Sanjana and her friends, thinking Shekhar is about to commit suicide, so they go there and urge him not to commit suicide. Hearing this, Shekhar leaves for his guest house, followed by Sanjana and her friend. There, Sanjana gathers people and breaks down the guest house door and goes to Shekhar. They all then urge Shekhar to give up his suicide idea. Shekhar asks Sanjana why she is unnecessarily pursuing him. Sanjana retorts that he is a strong man, young man and she won't let him commit suicide and that she will marry him and make his life happy. Shekhar then falls in love with Sanjana and proposes marriage to her. Despite his failure to entice Kishan into Bobby's love trap, Prem continues his efforts. One day he comes to Kishan's office and accuses him of being chained to one wife and having fun with other women. He then taunts him, saying he is afraid of his wife. Kishan then tells him to send Bobby to Kajal's place the day after when she goes to Ajmer. Before leaving for Ajmer, Kajal tells Kishan that she has been unnecessarily suspicious of him, but her suspicions were wrong. Now she will never doubt him again. She then takes Kishan's photo with her, saying that she will continue to love him just by looking at his photo. Then, just as Kajal leaves for Ajmer, Bobby arrives and begins to make various advances towards Kishan, attempting to get intimate with him.
Meanwhile, Kajal discovers that she hasn't even brought her plane ticket. Returning to her home, she finds only the maid present in her room. Nothing other were found, and not finding Kishan there, she questions the maid about Kishan, but the maid tells her that the owner has gone to the guest house. Kajal then goes to the guest house to meet Kishan. Seeing Kajal arrive, Kishan tells Bobby to hide. When Kajal enters the room, she sees a girl's shoe. She questions Kishan about the shoe, but Kishan says only Shekhar can tell. He then tells Kajal to leave quickly, saying she might miss her flight. As Kajal begins to leave, a cockroach emerges from where Bobby was hiding, and she runs out screaming. Hearing the girls scream, Kajal arrives and asks Kishan various questions about Bobby. Meanwhile, Shekhar arrives. Seeing Shekhar arrive, Kishan tells her Kajal that Bobby is Shekhar's wife. He then gestures to Shekhar to accept this, and Shekhar accepts. Kajal then tells Bobby that she no longer needs to remain hidden and that she will get her married to Shekhar no matter what. Returning from Ajmer, Kajal plans to celebrate her wedding anniversary with great pomp and asks Kishan to bring Shekhar and Bobby with her. At first, Kishan, knowing everything, refuses, but Kajal insists that he must bring Shekhar and Bobby to her wedding anniversary celebration. When Kishan tells Shekhar this, he becomes angry, but then Kishan says that he has done him many favors, so he should do the same because otherwise Kajal might commit suicide. He then assures Shekhar that he will marry Bobby to her under any circumstances. Then does Shekhar agrees to attend Kishan's wedding anniversary with Bobby. After getting Shekhar's consent, when Kishan goes to look for Bobby, he cannot find her at club. After a long search, Bobby is found in a hotel with her lover. Kishan tells her everything and asks her to come with Shekhar to his wedding anniversary for 2 hours. Bobby demands a substantial sum of money from him. Fearing Kajal, Kishan offers Bobby money and persuades him to come. The event included a quiz. Shekhar and Bobby gave the best answer, and as a result, they were awarded the Best Couple Award. The minister, who had once been photographed by Shekhar while having fun with girls and whose wife had reprimanded him, was present to present the award. He asked numerous questions about Bobby and Shekhar, but Kishan managed to pacify him and send him away. Kishan then takes Shekhar to Sanjana's house to talk to her parents about marrying her to. Kishan praises Shekhar profusely, and Sanjana's parents agree her marriage with Shekhar. Meanwhile, something unexpected happens. Bobby, seeking money, has gone to a hotel with a man. The police raid the hotel and arrest her on the pretext of prostitution and threaten to file a case against her. Hearing this, Bobby initially claims the man is her brother. When the police questions her about her husband, she takes the police to Sanjana's house and, pointing to Shekhar, declares him her husband. Seeing things get out of hand, Kishan steps in and introduces Bobby as his wife and asks the police to leave. After this, Shekhar and Sanjana's wedding is finalized. To prevent Kajal from attending Shekhar and Sanjana's wedding, Kishan persuades Kajal to attend her cousin's wedding on Sunday, knowing that Kajal would not attend as they were planning to arrange Kishan's marriage with another woman instead. Kishan and Shekhar are delighted when Kajal refuses to attend. Their joy is further enhanced when Kajal tells them that she is attending a friend's wedding that Sunday. Kishan also has a lot of fun at Shekhar and Sanjana's wedding. Just then, Kajal appears. Both Kishan and Shekhar's face turn pale upon seeing her. Kishan turns to avoid Kajal's gaze, often bumping into girls who teases him profusely. But finally, Kajal confronts him and asks him a series of questions. Kishan, who has become a master at lying, manages to defend himself. Then Kajal spots Shekhar disguising as a groom. She questions his attire, asking why he is wearing a groom's robe. Shekhar replies that it is his friend's wedding and that his friend forced him to wear it. Just then the priest summons the groom. Shekhar makes an excuse and leaves the wedding venue, but his eyes remain fixed on Kajal to prevent Kajal from creating a ruckus upon seeing him, as she believes Shekhar is married with Bobby. Then Shekhar covers his face with fruit and other objects to hide his face from Kajal. Sanjana becomes uncomfortable with this behavior of Shekhar. Seeing this, Kishan fakes a heart attack to distract Kajal and takes her to a doctor. After examining Kishan, the doctor tells him that he is at risk of a heart attack and kidney failure in the future. So he should move to Switzerland for peace and gives him the address of a hotel. At the hotel, Kishan asks the guard to take his luggage and Kajal to his room and calls Shekhar from the hotel doorstairs, telling him to enjoy his honeymoon as he has taken Kajal from there to Switzerland. During the conversation, they discover that they are staying at the same hotel in Switzerland, further complicating their situation. To avoid this trouble, Kishan and Shekhar devise a plan to prevent Sanjana and Kajal meeting ever for face to face. While they were discussing this, Bobby arrives with a man. Seeing Kishan and Shekhar, Bobby arrived with the intention of extorting some money. Kishan offers her money and convinces her to leave them. Just then, Kajal spotted Shekhar and came to congratulate him. Fearing exposure, Kishan took Kajal away, telling Kajal to let Shekhar rest with his wife for the time being and took her to another part of the hotel where the dancing and singing was currently underway. When Kajal saw Bobby dancing with someone else, she became enraged and rushed to tell Shekhar everything. When she sees Shekhar with Sanjana, she becomes angry, saying, "Here you are having fun with another girl, while there your wife is having fun with another man." She then tells Sanjana that Bobby is posing as Shekhar's wife dancing with another man. Hearing this, Sanjana becomes enraged and tells Kajal that she is Kishan's wife, not Shekhar's. The situation becomes tense and everyone leaves and returns to India. Upon returning to India, an employee of Kishan's newspaper tells Kishan and Shekhar that they have only one way to appease their wife: go to their other's wife and badmouth with her wife and then tell her about Bobby's intention. Meanwhile, Sanjana visits Kajal to apologize for her ill treatment of her in Switzerland, and Kajal arrives with similar intention. The two are staying at each other's house instead of their own, waiting for each other to return. When Kishan and Shekhar arrive with their own agenda, unaware of Sanjana and Kajal's presence, they proceed with their plan. Instead of speaking ill of each other's wives, speaks ill of their own wife and confesses to love Bobby, which angers both of them and leads to them to send divorce notice to their respective husbands. Upon receiving the divorce notice, both Shekhar and Kishan blame Prem for the situation and calls Prem, who is currently having affair with several women away from his wife, to inform him of the entire situation. Realizing they are in real trouble, Prem returns and reveals to Kajal and Sanjana that Bui is actually his second wife. Blaming his father for his two wives, he tells them that he had loved Bobby since childhood and wanted to marry her, but his father, a heart patient, hated Bobby. He arranged his marriage with Pooja, knowing he was a heart patient. He married Pooja as per his father's wish and Bobby as per his wish. Whenever he went out for work, he would leave Bobby under the supervision of these two. Pooja, who had come there, overhears Prem's conversation and, angry with him for hiding such a serious matter, talk about divorcing him. After Kishan and Shekhar, when Prem's wife also became angry with him, the three of them come to Bobby to tell him the truth. To take the blame, Bobby demands rupees 20,000 rupees from Prem. Prem tells her that he has helped Prem earn millions of rupees, but she insists on taking money from him even for his small task. After taking the money from Prem, Bobby goes to prepare for the work, only to discover that Bobby's husband is hospitalized in a coma and requires him to deposit 20,000 rupees daily. Prem then explains the entire plan to Bobby and offers to cover the entire cost of her husband's treatment and leaves with Kishan and Shekhar. As planned, Prem, Kishan, and Shekhar go to the suicide point. Bobby tells Kajal, Sanjana, and Pooja about their husbands going to the suicide point, claiming themselves to be the biggest culprits, narrating them all. They explain that they went to the suicide point due to grief over their wife's misdeed. Kajal, Sanjana, and Pooja then arrive at the suicide point and find Prem and Shekhar hanging in a small ravine in the mountain. Kajal urges Kishan to rush to their rescue. When Kishan rushes to the scene while trying to find a rope for them, falls into the ravine himself, only to be saved by Prem's other foot. Seeing Prem, Shekhar, and Kishan falling to their deaths, Kajal retrieves the rope from her car, grabs them, and brings them safely to the surface. Afterward, all the three forgive their husband, and their husband promises to never repeat such acts again and to love only them. With this scene, the story of film No Entry ends here.